At the beginning of the drama, we see the male lead Baiju, who is immortal for 100 years. Here we see the drama's female lead, Jin. She works as a makeup artist in a hospital morgue. She has only 1 year left to live because she has a fatal illness. Later, Jin goes to get her scooty fixed. There, Baiju shows a person in a restaurant's picture. He asks, "Do you know her?" Now here the person in the picture had also come. This person's name is Gawo. Baiju sees him and follows him. Ultimately, both of them reach a bus. Gawo takes out some capsules and eats them. There, Baiju tells Gawo, "I won't let anything happen to your family, but you tell me, what happened in that hospital in 1999? Gawo ignores him, goes and hits the driver and says, "Open the bus door." Because of this, the bus gets unbalanced. Then Jin takes a small girl and gets out of the bus, so Gawo goes and catches her. When Baiju goes to save her, Jin says, "You go away, because I will tell you the truth." Then Gawo is running away with the bus. Baiju also follows him, and there is a lot of fight between the two of them. Because of this, the bus falls into the river. Jin goes and asks the nurse, "Where are Gawo and Baiju?" The nurse says, "Many people have died due to the accident." Hearing this, Jin gets worried about Baiju because he had tried to save many people's lives. In the meantime, Jin comes to know that Baiju and Gawo have died. Hearing this, Jin feels bad. There, Jin's master talks to the doctor. The doctor says, "I have told you many times, Jin has only 1 year left. Spending money for her treatment will be a waste of money." Here, a paramedic says, "No news has been received about Baiju's parents. Nothing has been found out about this." After this, Baiju's dead body is also placed in the freezer along with the other dead bodies. After this, the Quinn Group is shown, which is a fashion designing company. This company belongs to Mrs. Dao and Baiju. In the meantime, we come to know that Mrs. Dao's family has been taking care of Baiju for the last 4 generations. But some time ago, Mrs. Dao died. She transferred the company in the name of her grandson, Rui Feng. In the meantime, Lin comes to Rui Feng and tells him, "I have found the young master." Hearing this, Rui Feng is surprised and immediately asks Lin to go to the young master. But Lin says, "The young master is in such a place where we cannot go during the day. That is why we will rescue him at night." Actually, these people call Baiju the young master. Here, Gawo's daughter comes to Jin and says, "I don't feel sad about my father's death at all because due to him, so many people were injured." Then, showing Jin her father's photo, she says, "You have to do my father's makeup in this way." On the other side, Baiju comes back to life inside the freezer. At this time, it is 11 o'clock at night and Baiju should come out of the freezer, otherwise he will become a devil. Here, Jin is getting ready to go home when she hears a sound. She saw that the sound was coming from Baiju's freezer, and as soon as she opened the freezer, Baiju came out of the freezer by himself. After this, Baiju goes to attack Jin and a fight happens between the two of them. Just then, Lin and Rui Feng come there, and Rui Feng hits Jin and makes her unconscious. Then Baiju goes to kill Lin and Rui Feng, so Rui Feng stabs a knife into Baiju's heart and Baiju becomes unconscious. When he regains consciousness, Lin tells him Jin was about to call someone, so Rui Feng hit her. Then Lin says, "Maybe we should kill this girl because she is very dangerous." Baiju says, "There is no need for this." The next day when Jin regains consciousness, she goes to the master and says, "Last night a dead body ran away." Then the master says his family has taken him. Jin goes and checks Baiju's registration documents. Then Jin goes to his company to check on Baiju, but the receptionist stops her and says, "First, you will have to take an appointment with the company's CEO Qian Cheng." Jin says, "I have come for his funeral." Hearing this, the receptionist is surprised. She does not know that Jin is talking about Baiju. There, Baiju asks Lin for Jin's documents and says, "This girl will definitely come looking for me." In the next scene, Jin is doing Gawo's makeup. Jin says, "A person's body swells up when drowned in water, but Gawo's body is still elastic, as if he is still alive." After this, Chen Cheng has returned from his business trip. Now a very big show is about to happen in their company. Here some people come to do a part-time job in this company, and Jin also comes here to do a job. Actually, meeting Baiju is her aim. Even though Chen Cheng does not want it, his big brother Chen Tu comes there for that show. Everywhere, Chen Tu keeps insulting Chen Cheng. Chen Cheng tells Baiju and Rui Feng about this. After this, an actress named Xue, who is also Rui Feng's girlfriend, comes for the company's show. Later he says, "On one occasion I met your friend Shang. She was saying that you have some rare disease." Jin said, "I have only 1 year left." Lin gets upset. Then he says, "Do you have any such wish that I can fulfill?" Jin imagines that she has gone on a date with Lin, but she replies to Lin, "No." After this, Jin meets Baiju and tells him about all her wishes and convinces Baiju to go on a date with her. There, Rui Feng asks Qian Cheng and Baiju to support him in a project, but no one listens to him. After this, Baiju tells Qian Cheng and Rui Feng about going on a date with Jin, and also says, "There is no such love scene going on between us." On the other hand, Jin tells Shang about Baiju, and also says that Baiju is an alien. Shang does not believe her. The next day, Jin and Baiju go on a date. Jin tries on a dress, but then she does not want to buy it. She feels that she does not have much time left to live. That is why buying a dress will mean wasting money. Still, Baiju forces her to buy the dress. Jin also puts a scarf around Baiju's neck and forces him to buy it. But Baiju says, "I don't like scarves." After this, both of them leave the shopping mall. Just then, Shang comes there. To research about Baiju, she picks up his hair samples. Later, Baiju and Jin go for lunch when Baiju understands that Shang is following him. After Baiju and Jin leave the restaurant, Shang collects more samples of Baiju. Here, Rui Feng sees Shang, and he goes and tells Chen Cheng about this. After this, Rui Feng goes and flirts with Shang. In conversation, he destroys all the samples. After returning home, Shang, crying, tells Jin, all the samples are lost somewhere. She also tells Jin that she met a stranger on the bus. Here, Rui Feng tells Baiju, "We cannot let you go on dates from now on." Later, he says, "This girl can be like a painkiller for you, but she cannot solve your issue completely. And suddenly, if she dies, then what will you do?" Baiju also agrees on this. The next day, Baiju calls Jin. Here, a flashback is shown in which Baiju is looking at a lady singer. Then Jin comes to Baiju and asks, "Why did you call me?" Baiju says, "To listen to a song." So Jin starts to leave from there. In the meantime, a chandelier is about to fall on Jin, so Baiju comes and saves her. Later, Baiju says, "Why did you collect my samples?" Jin says, "Just to know about you." Baiju says, "Before, you were not so excited to know about me. Tell me properly, who are you working for?" Jin says, "You too were asking so much from that madman in the bus. Actually, you are the one conspiring behind everything. I should have told the police about you that very day." While Baiju was doing part-time work there, she had taken a picture of Baiju. Jin shows that picture to Baiju. Jin says, "In my computer, I also have a suicide note. If you try to hurt me or my family, I will tell everyone about you before dying." The next day, Jin takes Shang and is making people aware about organ donation. Just then, Dr. Liang and Dr. Lin come to her and talk about donors. In the meantime, Officer Su comes to Jin. He says, "The ambulance driver who was taking Gawo's dead body suddenly had an accident. This is not a normal accident, so you be alert. And if you remember anything related to the bus incident, call me." After this, Jin goes to the supermarket with Dr. Lin. Suddenly, she sees that Baiju is secretly watching her from a distance. She goes and asks Baiju, "Are you keeping an eye on me?" Baiju says, "Your well-being is in this, that you do not tell anything to the police." Jin says, "Oh, so that's why you were spying here?" Then Jin gives Baiju a lecture and leaves from there. On that side, Chen Cheng comes and tells Baiju, "My brother has found the person you were looking for." Baiju goes to that person. This is the same person who had made a fake ID for Gawo, where Gawo's name was made Changchang. This person said, "Gawo has a daughter who studies in school, and his wife has married someone else. Besides this, I don't know anything else. A friend of Gawo had come whose name is Zhao. I had also made a fake ID for him. I have some notes related to this." Here, Jin is looking about her disease on the internet when Lin comes to her. Jin says, "I am researching about that bus accident. I have found out about a clinic. I think I will find some clue there." There, Rui Feng tells Chen Cheng, "I have written a novel. Actually, the name of this novel is The Great Wilderness Worrying." Chen Cheng tells him, "Just by hearing the name, I don't feel like seeing the novel." Here, Jin and Lin reach their destination and ask the locals about that clinic. The locals say, "That clinic is haunted. Sometimes the sound of someone screaming comes from there." Jin takes Lin inside the clinic and tells him to hide on the side. Jin says, "You must know him?" In his mind, the doctor thinks about putting a stethoscope around Jin's neck and killing her. Just then, a paramedic comes and tells the doctor, "That patient's health is deteriorating." Hearing this, the doctor leaves the room, so Jin goes to follow him. That paramedic tries to stop Jin. Just then, Lin catches that paramedic from behind. While following, Jin goes to the roof, so the doctor pushes her down from there. Baiju comes and saves her, but his bones break. Then his bones start healing by themselves, seeing which Jin becomes unconscious. When Jin regains consciousness, Baiju asks her, "Why did you go to that clinic?" Jin says, "I came to know that some special drugs are made in that clinic, so I went there looking for them." Baiju says, "That clinic is associated with a dangerous group, so don't go there." After this, Rui Feng's grandma returns from France and shows the video of Jin and Baiju, where Baiju was saving Jin. She says, "I downloaded this from the darknet. Actually, all illegal businesses happen on the darknet." Rui Feng says, "All this happened because of Jin," and he gives all of Jin's details to his grandma. There, the doctor of that haunted clinic gets a message. "Stay away from that girl. She is still investigating." Actually, this doctor is Gawo's relative Zhao, whose fake ID was created. After this, Rui Feng is going on the road covering his face when his grandma recognizes him. She says, "Instead of taking care of Baiju, what are you doing here?" Then Rui Feng says, "It is also necessary for me to take care of myself. and I cannot live like a puppet in the house. I want to become a writer. His grandma says, if Baiju had not helped us, our family would be hunting in the jungle today. You should be grateful to him. Rui Feng says, I don't know business, so I want to give my position to Chen Cheng. His grandma says, I know you don't know business. If I were in your place, I would put Jin to work to tackle your opponent. Just then, an idea comes into Rui Feng's mind, and he kidnaps Jin. Jin says, are you also an alien like Baiju? Rui Feng says, yes, because I am so handsome and good. Jin asks, does Baiju often get mutated like this? Rui Feng says, no, I have seen him mutate only one more time. This happened 10 years ago. Qiancheng liked a girl and was about to propose to her. Just then, some kidnappers picked her up and took her away. When Qiancheng went to save her, those people also took him. I told all these things to Baiju, so Baiju went and rescued both of them. But along with this, due to falling from a very high height, Baiju remained hospitalized for the next 3 months. Later, he says, I am telling you all these things because I want to make you my friend. Later, Rui Feng introduces Jin to his grandma. Grandma shows Jin a picture where Baiju is holding a small girl in his lap. Grandma says, this is me. Even after living among humans for so many years, Baiju could not develop any human emotion. So I want you to resolve this mystery. Jin does not agree, but ultimately Grandma convinces her for this thing. After this, Rui Feng is showing Jin the greenhouse of his house when Baiju's eyes fall on Jin. He says, what is Jin doing here? Rui Feng says, from now on she will stay with us. Baiju does not like this, and he leaves from there. That night, Jin goes to the kitchen to drink water, so Baiju also comes there. Feeling danger from each other, both of them pick up weapons in their hands. The next day, Shang goes with Rui Feng to his girlfriend's grave. Jin comes there and says that she had done the makeup of Fu Liang's girlfriend Miyano in the morgue. After this, a girl named Tan is shown who comes to meet the doctor. Actually, Tan had a heart transplant a few days ago. Tan tells the doctor, I am having strange dreams for a few days. The doctor says, people who have heart transplants often get the donor's memories through the donor's heart. On that side, it is shown that a boy named Quan comes on a blind date. He works with Jin as a makeup artist for dead bodies. For Quan's profession, the girl who came with him rejects him. In the next scene, Tan meets Jin and asks, who is my donor? Jin says, it is not allowed to reveal this. After this, Jin says, sorry to Tan, and leaves from there. The next day, Tan is looking at a chart stuck on the hospital wall. Quan comes and asks her, where do you want to go? After a little while, Quan goes and tells Jin, a girl has accepted my request on WeChat. Along with this, Quan shows Jin Tan's picture. Jin understands that Tan has made friendship with Quan to know about her donor. Jin tells this thing to Shang by calling. After this, Baiju overhears these things and asks Jin, why is the donor's identity not revealed after all? Jin says, this is a rule. Often it also happens that donors blackmail clients. After this, Quan and Tan are in a room where Jin comes. Jin angrily asks, what is Tan doing here? Quan says, the computer here is broken, so I called her to fix the computer. Later, Tan hacks that computer through a pen drive on the pretext of fixing the computer. There, Quan tells his friend, surely Jin likes me. That's why whenever I am with Tan, she gets angry. After this, Quan's friend turns on the computer, so all the information goes to Tan. Tan comes to know that Miyano is her heart donor. There, Jin is checking the dead body of a young boy in the makeup room. That boy's nails are pink like Gawo's. Jin feels something is wrong. She says, this body will have to be kept here for 2 days because the cyanosis will clear from his nails. Later, Tan goes to meet Quan, so Jin misbehaves with Tan. The next day, Jin tells Rui Feng, I have a friend whom a girl is trapping in a love trap and making him an idiot. After this, Jin sees that Rui Feng is writing a novel. He is writing a novel about Baiju and Jin. Jin says, I want royalty payment for this novel, and you change what you have written wrong about me. On that side, Tan does not reply to Quan's messages because she has already got what she wanted. Quan thinks maybe because of Jin's ill behavior, Tan is not talking to him. Just then, Wang comes there and sees Quan is lying like a dead body. He goes to pick him up, so Quan puts Wang's hand back. Wang says, let's go to work, otherwise the master will scold us. The next day, Jin is sitting upset. Baiju and Rui Feng keep looking at her. Rui Feng says, a girl is trapping Jin's friend in a love trap and making him an idiot. That's why Jin is upset. Baiju goes and asks Jin, do you like the friend whom a girl is trapping? Jin says, I am not upset because of this. Tan is searching for her donor. You help me in this issue. Baiju refuses to help. Jin says, your eyebrows are quite good. If you help me, I will give you a free facial and body massage. On this, Baiju agrees to help Jin. There, Tan dresses up like Miyano and goes to Fu Liang's restaurant with her 2 colleagues. She tells her colleagues, I dressed up like this because there is someone who likes me. Then, looking towards Fu Liang, she says, this is that boy. When Fu Liang is serving food, Tan flirts with him. Fu Liang does not understand what all this is happening. After this, Tan's colleagues say to Fu Liang, "Brother-in-law, the food was good," and leave. Fu Liang comes and tells Tan, "Maybe your colleagues think we are in a relationship." Tan says, "There are 2 more boys at the counter. Maybe my colleagues said it to one of them." In this way, Tan deflects the conversation. In the next scene, Baiju and Jin are in Baiju's company. The sound of someone coming is heard, so Baiju hides Jin. Qiantu comes there and gives Baiju Jin's medical reports. There was a deal between them that if Qiantu gives Baiju these medical reports, he will send Qiancheng on a holiday. After Qiantu leaves, Qiancheng comes there shouting because he is not ready to go on a holiday, but he does not see anyone there, so he leaves from there. Here, Baiju and Jin, who are hiding, make eye contact with each other, creating a beautiful moment. The next day, Dr. Lin tells Jin, "I want to see how you do the makeup of dead bodies." After this, Lin flirts with Jin in the hospital's makeup room. Jin also pays attention to him, after which both of them are going on the road. Baiju sees this scene and immediately hides. Seeing Lin and Jin holding each other's hands, he feels jealous. After Lin leaves, he goes to Jin. Baiju goes to someone's grave and gives a bouquet. So Jin asks, "Who is this?" Baiju says, "This is my classmate Chen, who joined the Navy after some time. After dying, he was able to return to his home." Then he goes in front of another grave and says, "This is Chen's girlfriend Qin." There Tan comes to Fu Liang's restaurant. Fu Liang comes to know that Tan is studying computer. Fu Liang's computer breaks down, so he shows the computer to Tan. Tan becomes happy with this because she will get a chance to get closer to Fu Liang. After this, Jin and Baiju are lying on the stretcher in the makeup room because Baiju wants to feel what it feels like after death. Baiju asks Jin, "Why are you lying down?" Jin says, "I want to feel what it feels like to lie with you." Baiju says, "I need to go on a date with a girl like you." In conversation, Jin says, "You haven't gone on a date with anyone until today. That's why you go on a date with me." On that side at night, Rui Feng tells Jin, "From 11 to 1 p.m., you will take care of Baiju." Jin goes to Baiju's room. Qiancheng comes and stops Rui Feng from doing all this because it is dangerous for Jin's life. Actually, Rui Feng wants Jin to get scared of all this and leave from here. There, Baiju attacks Jin because now he has completely become a devil. But in a little while, Jin puts her hand on Baiju's face, and Baiju starts becoming normal. Jin says, "Maybe Rui Feng wants me to get scared and leave from here, and he becomes your guardian again. That's why he sent me here." Jin says, "I am a painkiller for you. That's why you saved me that day?" Baiju says, "Yes." In the meantime, he says, "Before this, I used to work in the military. One day there was some issue with my parachute and I fell. I hit a stone from which a light immediately came out and got absorbed in my injury. Just then, a person helped me. This very person was Rui Feng's grandfather. Since then, Rui Feng's family became my guardian." Jin says, "I will find the solution to your issue in 1 year." Baiju says, "I have been roaming in this world for 100 years. You will not be able to find any clue in 1 year. Jin says, "You will have to help me in this issue." At first, Baiju does not agree to this, but later Jin convinces him. There, Qiantu gives Baiju a pen drive which has the CCTV footage, where it is shown that Baiju is saving Jin in the hospital. From here, Baiju will find out who uploaded his pictures on the darknet during mutation. There, Fu Liang and Tan become good friends. Fu Liang says, "I will have to shift to another place for my career." Hearing this, Tan is surprised. There, Jin takes Shang and goes to find out about Tan. Tan's neighbor says, "Sometimes Tan behaves like Miyano has possessed her." There, Baiju watches the CCTV footage where he sees Tan. He feels something is wrong, so he tells everyone about this. After this, Fu Liang goes near Miyano's grave when someone comes there. After this scene cuts here. Here, Baiju and Qiantu go to Tan's room. Here, both of them find a print of Fu Liang's story, where Fu Liang has expressed his love by dedicating it to Miyano. Both of them understand that Tan has become crazy for Fu Liang. There, Fu Liang's phone is not reachable, so Baiju and Jin go to find him. Here, Tan has kidnapped Fu Liang. Fu Liang says, "What do you want from me?" Tan says, "Miyano is the donor of my heart." Later she says, "Miyano is still alive. Actually, I am Miyano because her heart is inside me. But maybe you will not believe me because your girlfriend is dead." Fu Liang does not believe her. He says, "I will always love Miyano, but now I am going to another city to spend a good life." There, Tian Cheng and Rui Feng drop Shang at her house. To save his life, Fu Liang accepts Tan and says, "Untie my hand because I want to hug you." Tan understands that he is lying. Later we see that Miyano's soul forces Tan so that she goes and murders Fu Liang. In this way, Miyano wants to bring Fu Liang to her. Just then, these three come there and catch Tan. Fu Liang tells them to let her go. He explains to Tan, "You are not Miyano." Finally, Tan accepts this fact. After this, Tan becomes unconscious. After this, Tan and Jin become friends, and Tan accepts the bouquet given by Kwan. Then we see that Jin and Baiju's birthday is on the same day. To celebrate this birthday, Jin convinces Baiju. Both of them wish each other happy birthday. Jin says, "Because I have very few days left, I want us both to be in a relationship." Baiju asks, "Do you like me?" Jin says, "I like you." Later, Jin goes to kiss Baiju, and Baiju also joins in this. In the next scene, a patrolling police officer whose name is Uncle Yu comes to the cemetery with a boy named Kuei. After walking around a little, they leave. After this, Kuei sees a girl wearing a white dress, and he becomes unconscious. Jin's master tells everyone about this. They think maybe some thief came to the cemetery. That's why they send Wang and Quan to check the cemetery. Quan is very scared. Just then, Quan sees that same lady and becomes unconscious. The next day, everyone comes to know about this. Jin's master decides that now he will go to that cemetery himself. But the same incident happens with Jin's master too. Now Jin decides to go to that cemetery. Qiancheng tells Baiju about this. That night, Dr. Lin brings food for Jin to the cemetery. While eating, Jin sees that same lady. Lin and Jin understand that this is not a ghost, but an old lady. Both of them catch that lady and bring her to the hospital. Both of them come to know that this lady's name is Sue, and this lady runs away from the hospital every day and comes to her dead husband in the cemetery. There, Baiju ties himself to a chair because Jin is not at home that night, and he does not want to harm anyone by becoming a devil. But just then, Jin comes there and stops Baiju from doing all this. She tells Baiju everything about that old lady. The next day, Lin comes to meet Jin. In conversation, Jin reminds Lin that she does not have much time left to live. Lin gets upset. He says, "I will find a cure for your issue." Along with this, he puts his hand on Jin's head. Qiancheng clicks a picture of this thing. He shows this picture to Baiju. Actually, Qiancheng does not like Jin. He tells Baiju, "In the cemetery too, Lin brought food for Jin." Maybe both of them are in a relationship, and that's why Jin was also approaching you to be in a relationship with her. Baiju gets angry. Jin comes back home. Baiju starts asking her about where she was. Jin says, "All these things will only be necessary for my boyfriend to know, but you are not my boyfriend." Baiju says, "Yes, you only consider Lin worthy of this." Jin does not understand anything. She says, "I only love you." Baiju says, "I also love you, but you are not honest." And on this matter, their fight starts. There, Rui Feng tells Qiancheng, "You did not do well by telling these things to Baiju." The next day, we see that Shu's daughter scolds a small girl because she accidentally spills Shu's mom's soup. After this, Jin is going on the road when she meets Grandma. Grandma tells her to go for coffee. She asks about Baiju, so Jin says, "He doesn't understand me at all." Grandma says, "To live together, there is no need to understand each other. There should just be love." Chen Tu gets some important information, so he goes to the hospital to meet Tan. Tan tells him, "After the heart transplant, my heart often used to pain. Looking for its treatment, I came to this hospital. From here, I got medicine to get relief from that pain." After this, a flashback is shown where Baiju had once gone to commit suicide. After this, Baiju's heart pains, so he drowns himself in the bathtub to get relief. Then he remembers that once he had fallen from the roof to get relief from pain because he felt that breaking his bones reduces his pain. Just then, Grandma had come and motivated him to survive. After this, Jin goes to Baiju, lifts him from the bathtub and says, "I love you." She says, "I am so young that I don't understand the feelings of my generation, and I couldn't understand you either." Along with this, she kisses Baiju. Later, it is shown that Rui Feng's company's anniversary is there, so Baiju plans a function. Qiancheng comes and tells Baiju, "Dr. Lin will come here for a meeting, and he will also try on dresses." Actually, Dr. Lin is the head of the Organ Donors Association to which their company had given a donation. Baiju meets Dr. Lin and shakes hands in a very funny way. After this, while trying on the dress, Lin suddenly starts to fall, so Baiju holds him. Jin sees this scene and, feeling very awkward, leaves from there. Just then, Lin is looking at Jin, so Baiju asks him, "Do you know Jin?" Lin says, "She is my close friend." Baiju says, "Her boyfriend works here." Lin says, "She also has a boyfriend? But I have no issue with this because I like Jin." Hearing this, Baiju gets angry, but he does not say anything to the doctor. There, Jin asks Qiancheng, "Is Baiju interested in boys?" Qiancheng says, "Don't say anything wrong about him. He is a gentleman." Qiancheng goes to say more things to Jin, so Rui Feng takes him from there. On this side, a girl named Bella convinces Shu to donate her organ. She tells this thing to Shang. Shang and Jin talk about Bella. Shang says, "Bella is a sweet girl, but she has leukemia, and on top of that, her parents are also divorced." After this, we see Baiju lying in his room. Jin comes and meets him. Baiju says, after my death, all my property will be yours. Jin says, in the next life, I will marry only you. In conversation, Baiju says, my first lady love was a famous singer from 1935. I had promised her that after completing a military-related mission, I would come and meet her. But when I came back, she had become old. I came back on the day of her death. Just then I bumped into you. Maybe you were her makeup artist. Here, Qian Cheng is preparing for the anniversary when a girl named Shui comes and asks him, who is Rui Feng's dance partner in the function? Qian Cheng says, it's Jin, because he wanted to trouble Jin in this way. There, Zhui goes and checks and finds out that Rui Feng is flirting with Shang. She sees Jin's picture and thinks, this is not that girl. Qian Cheng might have given me wrong information. Zhui's bodyguards tell her, Shang is Jin's best friend. She asks her bodyguards to do more research on this. There, Qian Cheng tells Baiju, I want to know about that car accident in which Gawo's body was being taken. Baiju says, we and Qian Tu will handle this thing. There, Qian Cheng meets actress Wang's secretary because he wants Wang to participate in the designer competition. But the secretary says, first, Wang will come to your company and check your collection. If Wang likes it, only then she will go to the main show. After this, Jin shows Baiju a picture in which a mark is created on a patient's hand. She says, maybe this patient had something to do with Gawo, because there was the same mark on Gawo's body too. Baiju says, after the surgery, Tan's heart used to pain a lot. That's why she started taking special medicine. This gave her relief. But these people were perhaps given upgraded medicine so that it could be upgraded based on its reaction. But before giving medicine to Tan, the doctor used to do her full body checkup every time. Maybe they did this to keep records. There, Shu's daughter Hani thinks how she will pay the hospital bill. Just then a lady comes and asks her about a TCM doctor. Later she tells her, in some places a good low-cost medicine is available. You can give that to your mom. Hani does this. After this, Jin comes to know that by taking some medicines, Shu's liver cancer was completely cured. Shang also comes to know about this, so she finds it quite weird. There, Qiantu gets some reports related to radioactivity. He goes and shows these reports to Baiju. Qiantu says, what are you looking for your disease? Baiju says, a radioactive meteoroid that can mutate anything. Gawo knew about this, but he died. After this, Baiju is listening to his singer X's song. Just then, Jin asks him, did you really love her? Baiju says, I loved her so much that I even wanted to marry her, but I ended up reaching her funeral. Jin says, you hate humans for their short life? Then Baiju says, don't tell me about your short life. There, Shu is released from the hospital. Seeing all this, Shang feels weird. Here, Jin gives Baiju the medicines that she got from Shu's drawer. After this, Shang calls Jin and tells her, Shu has been discharged. Jin tells Baiju, even being in the last stage of cancer just by taking some medicines, Shu got well. All this seems strange to me. Baiju says, I will find out about this. Here the medicine's reaction starts happening on Shu. She becomes aggressive. At night, Hani is sleeping when suddenly her neighbor's dog is barking. We see that someone has killed that dog. After this, Shu comes with a knife to kill Hani when Baiju and Jin come there and save her. They admit Shu to the hospital. Jin comes to know about that medicine from Hani. After this, actress Wang invites Baiju to come to an expensive restaurant. Chen Chung tells Jin, Baiju has invited Wang for dinner, and saying this, he teases her. Jin says, it doesn't matter to me. But after this, Jin goes to book a reservation at that expensive hotel. So the receptionist there rejects her, because to get a reservation, customers have to first take hotel membership. Then she finds 2 reservation cards of that hotel in Dr. Lin's wallet. Then she goes to that hotel with Lin so that she can keep an eye on Baiju. Going there, she sees that Baiju has also brought Qian Cheng and Rui Feng. There, Wang takes Baiju to a room. Here, everyone is eating food. Jin watches all this secretly. Seeing all this, Jin feels bad. After she returns, Lin asks her, you were fine until now. What happened to you suddenly? She says, I used to think I was special to someone, but I was thinking wrong. While leaving the hotel, Baiju sees Jin and Dr. Lin together and gets angry. Just then, Qian Cheng goes with Dr. Lin and Rui Feng goes to drop Wang. Actually, Qian Cheng had given Lin the hotel cards so that Jin could also come there and get irritated seeing Baiju there. Anyway, Jin goes to explain the situation to Baiju, but Baiju does not listen to her at all. There, Lin tells Qian Cheng, I know Baiju is Jin's boyfriend, but by staying with Jin, I get a chance to know a lot about her. I feel comfortable staying with her. Qian Cheng says, I don't like Jin at all because she likes Baiju. I don't want her to create any trouble for Baiju. There, Jin says, this whole plan was Qian Cheng's. I had just gone there to see you and Wang. Baiju says, I had gone there in connection with work. Then he takes off that jacket from Jin and asks, whose is this? Jin says, this is Lin's. Baiju gets angry and makes Jin wear his own jacket instead of Lin's. Baiju says, you became so jealous that you went to see me and Wang? Jin says, I am not jealous of Wang's property or her prettiness. I am jealous of her long life, which I cannot get. If my life was also long, I would have been able to spend more time with you. Baiju says, I have been living for 100 years and will continue to live in the future. Jin says, no, it is not like that. Grandma told me that after my death you will destroy yourself badly. After this, Jin tells him to break up. There, Qian Cheng and Rui Feng are talking about these two. Rui Feng says, you should be more tolerant with Jin. Qian Cheng says, I tried, but I could not be tolerant. But now Qian Cheng wants to give Baiju some time to handle the situation, so he goes to his brother's house. Going to Qian Tu's house, Qian Cheng says, Baiju and Jin have broken up. Qian Tu says, and you will be the reason for this. That's why Baiju kicked you out of the house. Qian Cheng says, no, I myself came from there, and now Baiju is not in the mood to talk to me. On that side, Rui Feng tells Baiju, every night you have to hold Jin's hand, but it is not necessary that you only touch her hand. From this, Baiju understands what he wants to say. There, Jin is sitting with her feet in a tub in the bathroom. Just then, Baiju comes there and puts his foot in the tub, and because of this, his foot touches Jin's foot. Just then, Baiju goes to talk to Jin. So Jin says, why don't we play a game? Whoever speaks first will be a dog. After this, Baiju becomes silent. There, Jin and Lin go for lunch and Jin tells him, I have broken up with my boyfriend. Just then, Lin tells her, I like you. Jin is shocked, so Lin says, I will not force you. Jin says, it's okay, but from now on, I will not tell you anything about my relationships because there should be some limits in our friendship too. There, Baiju becomes sad seeing these two having lunch. Chen Chung sees all this and later tells Jin, end your fight with Baiju, because Baiju is in a lot of pain. Jin says, I used to think Baiju would live for many days, but actually, he will end himself after my and Grandma's death. And he did not tell me this thing. That's why I fought with him. But then Baiju has been living for centuries. There are many girls for him. I am just like a useless painkiller for him. On that side, Zhui goes to Shang and says, I am Rui Feng's girlfriend. Shang says, his job is to make girlfriends. So you are one of all his girlfriends. Zhui says, you are not special either. Tell me, are you Rui Feng's dancing partner? Shang says that she is not a dancing partner and somehow gets rid of Xue and leaves. After this, Jin discusses about the company's anniversary with Shang. Then she goes to the washroom and blood comes out of her nose there. She thinks, why is my life so short? Then she comes out of the washroom and tells Shang to go to the anniversary party. On that side, Baiju tells his grandma, I have broken up with Jin. Grandma says, Jin is a smart girl. Often smart girls run away from problems, but Jin is not like that. Here, Jin and Shang are checking dresses in the company when Grandma comes there. She asks, tell me the truth, what are you two doing here? Grandma understands that they have come for the party. She gets both of them a makeover. Here, Lin comes to the party, so Baiju deliberately asks him, have you also been invited? Lin says, maybe you forgot that you only made me try on the magazine suit. After this, Rui Feng makes Baiju meet Wang. There, Chen Chung tells Rui Feng, I saw Jin crying for the first time, and I felt bad. Their grandma brings Jin and Shang to the party, so Zhui also comes there. In the meantime, Shang makes Zhui a friend and leaves from there. On that side, Wang takes Baiju to dance, so Jin feels bad seeing this. Lin comes and says, let's both of us dance too and spoil their dance. Seeing Jin and Lin dancing, Baiju remembers the moment when he had taught Jin to dance. His heart starts paining, so Jin comes there. Baiju holds her hand and takes her to the side. Jin says, what do you want from me? You were having fun. Baiju explains again. That day I had just gone to meet Wang in connection with work. Jin does not agree, so suddenly Baiju kisses her and silences her. After this, both of them patch up. Actually, when Jin was talking to Qian Cheng, Baiju was secretly listening to those things. He had understood that Jin loves him a lot. That is why he had come to patch up now. The next day, Baiju takes food from in front of Rui Feng and gives it to Jin, because his loving, caring activities start. Rui Feng and Qian Cheng get irritated by his such actions. Then both of them quickly eat food and leave from there. After this, Jin and Baiju also leave. Baiju sits in the car to go to the office, so Rui Feng quickly starts the car and Baiju is not able to say goodbye to Jin properly. After this, Shu's dead body comes, on which there are many marks. Jin also tells Dr. Lin about the medicines that Shu used to take. Then Jin shows Baiju the pictures of Shu's dead body. She says, "You were right. Those people are upgrading the medicines because this time the marks are a little bigger." Baiju says, "They have not reached their last stage, that's why they will experiment on more patients." Later, Jin says, "Tomorrow I am going to a voluntary donation camp with Dr. Lin." Hearing this, Baiju gets jealous. After this, Jin comes to know that Dr. Lin and Officer Su know each other from before. Jin also tells Su about those medicines. Su informs her, Shu's post-mortem report is still pending. Then Su goes and asks Qian-tu, "Why are you investigating about that bus accident? Influential people like you should stay away from this." Then Su says, "You and your friend Baiju have also given false testimony, but right now I don't have any evidence against you people." After this, Officer Su is driving the car when he gets a call from someone. On the call, he starts shouting, "You will not do anything to that child." After this, he sees the doctor of that hospital where Baiju was admitted during the accident. He goes to follow him when a truck comes and hits his car. He gets seriously injured. Here, Qian-tu meets Baiju and says, "I talked to Officer Su. Now it seems he can bring things under his control." Just then, Baiju tells Qian-tu that some people are still experimenting on patients with special medicines. There, Su's wife Wen goes and meets Jin. Wen got a card of Jin from Su. She says, "Why is your number written on this?" Jin says, "My number is written on my cards so that donors can contact me easily." Wen says, "Su has had an accident." She says, "Su used to give money to someone every month. I suspect that you are that person." Jin says, "Why don't you go and check whose account it is?" Wen says, "I have checked. It is a girl's account, but no one could tell properly who she is." Jin says, "I have no affair with Su." Wen does not believe her. Just then, Rui Feng comes there and starts taking Jin with him. Wen stops him and says, "Jin, you haven't answered my questions yet." Rui Feng says, "She is my girlfriend, and we are in a bit of a hurry." After this, Rui Feng takes Jin to a car where Baiju is sitting. He had come to know that Su had an accident, and these three go to see him in the hospital. There, Shang tells Jin, Su's condition is very bad, and he wants to give his eyes to his son. But agreeing to this, his wife is not signing the paper. Actually, this is Su's adopted son. Jin tells her, "Before going into a coma, Su had called me, but I could not receive it." There, Chen Cheng tells his doctor that he has started liking Jin. After this, Lin meets Chen Cheng, and they both go for coffee. There, Jin meets Wen. Wen somehow comes to know that Jin is not the girl with whom her husband was having an affair. Jin explains to Wen that she should sign the documents for donating her husband's organs. Wen says, Su had this son before marriage, and she also says that she does not want to sign. Just then, Chen Cheng comes there and says, "Jin is my girlfriend." There, Baiju asks Jin for Su's medical reports. Jin does not want to give them because Su is under Shang, and Jin does not want any issue to happen. Later, she tells Baiju that Su's wife Wen is not signing those donation-related documents. Baiju says, "I will get her to sign." Jin does not want this because she knows Baiju will force her to sign. Baiju says, "Without me, you will not be able to get her to sign this." Then on this matter, these two make a bet. There, Jin goes to explain to Wen about signing. So Wen says, "Stay away from me, otherwise no one will be worse than me." Later, Wen goes to the hospital, so Lin and Shang go to explain to her about signing the documents. She shouts at the doctor and leaves from there. Later, she calls Jin to meet her. She asks Jin, "What do you know about those medicines?" Jin says, "How did you come to know about the medicines?" Wen says, "I read some of your and Su's chats. I found out from there." Then she says, "I received a call in which the seller of those medicines said that if we do not give them all of Su's documents related to this case, they will expose Su's illegal son. Maybe Su had also taken these medicines, that's why I am not signing those documents because his organs are no longer useful for anything." After this, Jin gives all of Su's documents to Baiju. Then Jin, Shang, and Shui start thinking about this whole issue. After this, Qian-tu watches a CCTV footage where Su had come with his son. Qian-tu takes this CCTV footage to Baiju. After this, Baiju and Jin go to a park and see Su's parents playing with Su's son. They go and tell Su's parents about Su's accident. There, everyone is in the hospital when the doctor comes and says, Su is brain dead and his heart will stop pumping in a little while. Hearing this, Wen thinks to herself, "Su, you have an illegal son. You cheated on me. But I will take care of your parents. I will not do anything bad to you." Just then, Jin comes and informs her, "Su did not cheat on you." Saying this, Jin finally convinces Wen to sign Su's donor documents. Just then, a lady comes with that blind son, who is his real mom. Here we come to know that this is Su's senior's son. His senior had died, and since then, Su often used to take his son for a walk and take care of him. Knowing this, Wen says sorry to her husband. Wen says, "Su and I only have a marriage registration. At Su's memorial, I want to have a ceremonial marriage with him. There, I invite you, Jin." Anyway, then Baiju comes to Jin, and they talk about whether Su's accident accident was staged because there is no construction site near the accident place where that truck would be needed, or if Sue got excited while driving after receiving the call, and that's why he had an accident. Later, Baiju says, according to my argument, the medicine company people traced Sue's location from that call and then sent a truck and caused his accident. After this, Sue's funeral takes place in which Wen imagines that she is marrying Sue, and everyone is clapping about this. Later, Wen gives Jin a wedding bouquet and pointing towards Baiju asks, "Is he your real boyfriend?" Jin smiles shyly and says yes. Here, Qian Cheng and Rui Feng are making a cake. Jin comes there and asks, "What is going on?" They say, "Today is Baiju's birthday." Later, Jin makes a special dish for Baiju. Later, Baiju prays for everyone and talks about shifting Jin from his girlfriend to his wife. Jin does not give any response to this. Anyway, later Qian Cheng is in such a hurry that he blows out the candles himself. Later, Baiju is upset with Jin because Jin did not accept his proposal. Jin says, "We had a deal that only after you decide what you want to do in your future will we get married, because I want you to be happy even after I die." There, Dr. Zhang talks to Lin about Jin's disease and says, "We are looking for a solution for this." The next day, Jin is in the hospital and sees Bella running away from the hospital. She goes and catches Bella and brings her to her room. Dr. Lin goes to her, so Bella says, "I was getting bored." Dr. Lin explains to her that running away like this is not a good thing. Just then, someone takes a photo of these people and runs away, but Lin immediately catches him. Actually, Bella works in a TV serial, but due to being absent from there, this media reporter comes here to take news about her and takes her photo. After this, Qian comes to give Baiju a gift. So Baiju says, "You give me the same boring gift every year." Then the gift is opened and inside there is a crystal ball. This is the same gift that Qian gives Baiju every year. Then Qian says, "There is a party for my parents' wedding anniversary. You come with your girlfriend." There, Qiancheng and Rui Feng are looking for girlfriends for themselves because Qian has also invited them. Here, Qian condition is that everyone has to come with their girlfriend. Qiancheng shows Yue some expensive dresses and says, "There is a party at our house, so you will have to be my girlfriend for some time and go there with me." Yue says, "I consider you my brother, and I like your brother. I cannot do this." On that side, Shang tells her co-nurses, "A new treatment for Jin needs to be started. I hope this consultation works." Rui Feng overhears this and asks, "Did Jin refuse to tell Baiju about her treatment?" Just then, Shang pulls him to the side. She says, "Don't tell Baiju about Jin's treatment." Rui Feng says, "I won't tell, but you will have to be my girlfriend and go to a party of Qian. Shang agrees to this. Here, Jin gets a call that Bella has run away from the hospital. Jin and Baiju go to find her, and Baiju finds her in the amusement park. Bella says, "Please let me go." Baiju says, "You should go to the doctor." Bella says, "Take me to Dr. Lin, I want to go on a ride." He takes her to Lin, so Bella convinces him to go on a ride. After this, we see that Bella's mom is scolding the nurse because even though the nurse was there, Bella had run away from the hospital. There, Bella calls her mom to hug her, but her mom is busy with the nurse. Later, we see that Bella dies. There in the party, everyone except Qian Cheng has come with their girlfriends. Just then, Qian Cheng sees Lai, who is his first love. Qian sees these two together, and he does not like this because 10 years ago, it was because of Lai that kidnappers threw Qian Cheng from the building. Here, Jin is doing Bella's makeup when she sees the same marks on Bella's hand that appear when those special medicines are taken. She tells this thing to Baiju. Jin says, "They are really upgrading the medicines because this time these marks are a little lighter." Baiju gets worried thinking that they are still working on this. Jin gets upset because those medicine creators are experimenting on even a 12-year-old girl like Bella. There, Qiancheng is sleeping on the sofa, so he has dreams of his accident. Then Rui Feng comes and asks him, "Do you still love Lai?" Qiancheng says, "I don't know, but when I saw her, I went back to the past." There, Jin and Lin are going in a car when another car is following them. Lin tells Jin, "There is a market ahead. I will slow down the car there. Then you jump out of the car." Jin does not want to jump and leave Lin alone, but on the doctor's insistence, she finally jumps. After this, she calls the police and informs them. And just then, Lin's car has an accident. Jin is in the hospital when Baiju and Shang come there. The nurse says, "Anyway, the doctor is fine, but he will have to stay in the hospital tonight." There, Qian tells Baiju, "Hire 2 bodyguards for Lin's safety. These people will keep an eye on him secretly." Through the investigation of those medicines, Baiju and Qian come to know that one day, a delivery boy named Zhao Cheng came on a bike to give Lin a delivery, but he returned in his car. Qian and Baiju go there where they think this delivery boy's house might be. Inside that house, they see photos of Jin and Lin. Along with that, there was also a photo of Dr. Zhao, who had pushed Jin from the roof. There, Qian tells Qiancheng, "If you were dating Lai, I have no issue because she was the victim, not the attacker, and she has fought with her parents and come here to meet you." At night, Qian is sleeping when he suddenly hears his dog's voice. He goes and sees that someone has killed his dog. There, Chen-chung and Lai go to a restaurant where Chen-chung gets into a fight with a boy named Shu-chung because he flirts with Lai. The next day, Jian-tu and Rui Feng come in front of a hospital, and Jian-tu says there is very good treatment in this hospital. He says this because Chen-chung is admitted here. Jian-tu says after being in a relationship, hard emotions have come inside him. Both of them go to meet Chen-chung, so Jian-tu says, I will talk to Shu-cheng's family so that we can compromise with them. There Lai meets Rui Feng and says, I told Chen-chung that I will take him to America for treatment. Rui Feng says, he didn't tell me that. Lai says, maybe he hasn't made the final decision, but I will take him there in any case. And after this incident, my parents are also telling me to return to America. I will talk to Shu-cheng's family. Rui Feng says, Shu will not listen to you. He will take advantage of you. Lai says, then you also come with me. You stay outside. If there is any issue, I will call you. After this, both of them go to a hospital to meet Shu-chung, and Lai goes near him to talk to him. There, Rui Feng and Shui are in the same hospital, so Shui keeps looking at Rui Feng. Just then, Shui's brother So-sho comes there and fights with Rui Feng because he feels Rui Feng is flirting with Shui. There, Shui stands innocent. After this, Rui Feng's grandma and uncle tell Rui Feng, if you stay here, you will keep creating trouble like this. You have to go to France. Rui Feng tells this thing to Shang. Rui Feng's grandma and uncle hire 2 bodyguards for Rui Feng. Here, Shang comes to help Rui Feng. She keeps distracting those 2 bodyguards by pretending to be a boy. Just then, Rui Feng leaves from the other side dressed as a girl. Later, Shang also joins Rui Feng, and both of them run away from there. There, Qiantu comes to Baiju and says, I have found out about the hospital that was shown in Zhao's photo. Both of them go to that hospital. When due to a lot of radiation there, Baiju's heart starts paining. While leaving from there, Baiju says that he will research on that place. Baiju goes to meet Jin, so Jin shows him some flowers that were also visible in Zhao's picture. She says, Doctor, Lin gave me the seeds of these flowers. Hearing this, Baiju and Qiantu doubt Dr. Lin. Then Baiju asks Jin, how did Dr. Lin get these flowers? Jin says he got them in Zhang's university. Now Lin himself is growing these flowers. To know more about this, Baiju will not talk to the doctor, so this thing will have to be handled entirely by Jin. Understanding this, Jin becomes happy and kisses Baiju. After this, both of them go to Dr. Lin and ask about those flowers. From here, they come to know that an expert American company has established a laboratory where special research is done. Lin says, Zhang also had a field for the cultivation of these flowers, but I didn't know about this. Zhang, the president of that university, handles all this. Jin doubts Zhang that he is doing some illegal work, which might also be related to those medicines by taking which patients are dying. So Lin gets angry. He says, he is not like that. Then Baiju shows him that photo of Zhao. So Lin says, I have seen him in Zhang's office. There is some issue with Qiantu's car, so he starts checking it. Suddenly, someone hits him on the head and he becomes unconscious. Here, Jin, Lin, and Baiju go to Zhang's office and see Zhao hitting Zhang. They save Zhang and tie Zhao with a rope. Zhao says, I thought the doctor would not help me anymore and would tell everything to the police, that's why I was killing him. After this, Lin takes Jin and Baiju to a room where there is a meteoroid. Actually, after being beaten, Zhao had told them about this meteoroid. Baiju says, I have known this meteoroid for 80 years. Lin asks, who are you? Baiju says, 80 years ago I bumped into a meteoroid, and because of that, an element came inside me. Because of this, I became immortal. I am irritated by my long life, so now I have to return this element to this meteoroid. Lin says, after touching this meteoroid, you might even die. So prepare yourself mentally for this, and do everything within 10 seconds. Otherwise, the alarm will ring in the building and the police will come. After this, Lin shows Baiju the switch to open the glass covering the meteoroid and leaves. Baiju says, Jin, I might die before you. Jin calms him down, and after talking for a while, they both kiss. After this, Jin also leaves from there. She waits outside the room for Baiju to come. Baiju tells all these things to his grandma on a call, and he also says, if I die, you take care of everyone. Hearing all this, grandma becomes very emotional. Here, Baiju presses that switch. Then, radiation comes out of that meteoroid, so Baiju touches that meteoroid, which causes him a lot of pain. Ultimately, he faints. From outside, Jin and Lin see that there are many lights inside the room, so they come inside. There, Dr. Lin shows his true face and runs away with the meteoroid. Jin does not see this because she is busy trying to bring Baiju to consciousness. When he regains consciousness, Jin cuts his finger, but it does not heal. Jin understands that Baiju has become normal. After this, coming out of the room, they see that the security guard is lying down. Jin thinks maybe Zhao killed the security guard and kidnapped Lin and took the meteoroid. Before the police arrive, Jin and Baiju get out of the building. Grandma is there and she is happy to see Baiju safe and sound. Just then, Jin calls Lin and says, "Where are you? We will come to pick you up." Here we come to know that the village Lin belongs to, this meteoroid is from that village. When Baiju bumped into that meteoroid, a piece of the meteoroid separated from it. After this, all the people who had touched that meteor started dying from a single disease. This was also affecting their unborn children. Just then, Lin's father started making medicines from some samples taken from that meteoroid to stop death. But because of that medicine, some people lived and some people died. Then the police caught Lin's father and took him away. Lin wants to prove that his father was not wrong. That's why now he is experimenting on people and upgrading that medicine. But because of this, some people died. Lin tells Jin, "You wait, I am also looking for medicine for you." Now Jin understands that she also belongs to that same village because she also has the same disease as those villagers. Later Jin faints, so Baiju admits her to the hospital. Just then, Rui Feng comes there with Qiantu, who is injured. Actually, Lai had attacked Qiantu that day, and Rui Feng had come there and saved him. Lai comes here and pretends that she has a disease whose medicine is with Lin, but Lin had said that he would give the medicine to Lai only if Lai helps him in this way. But Lai was lying, and Rui Feng had found out her truth. Then Lai starts telling the truth. 10 years ago, I myself had myself kidnapped by kidnappers for money because I also wanted to do social work like Dr. Lin. But I had become addicted to drugs whose medicine was with Lin. Now I am fine. After this, Baiju, Jin, Rui Feng, and some bodyguards go to that village to find Lin. They roam in the forest for some time. Later they see that the whole village is empty, so at night they sleep there. Suddenly smoke starts coming out of the well there, which Jin sees. She faints from that smoke and someone picks her up and takes her away. The next day Jin's eyes open, so she finds herself in a cave. From there Jin comes out, so she reaches that beautiful place where the meteoroid is kept. Then we see that actually Dr. Lin himself had picked up Jin and taken her away. Jin asks Lin, "Where is everyone else?" Lin says, "I am a medical researcher, not a serial killer." Jin says, "You have taken so many lives, you are a murderer." Later Jin tries to leave that place, but there is a layer there which stops Jin from going out. Just then Zhao comes to hit Jin from behind, so Chen Chung saves her. Then Chen Chung destroys that layer with a bomb and runs away with Jin. Later he tells Jin, "I have destroyed the water pump of this place. Now this place will fill with water in a little while." On this, Jin argues with Chen Cheng like children. After this, both of them reach a hilly area where they meet Baiju and the rest of the people. Jin tells Baiju, "We have to leave from here quickly because Chen Cheng has destroyed this place." Just then, landslides start, and they run away from this place. There, Dr. Lin also somehow rescues himself from this issue. Then Lin surrenders himself to the police. A long time after all this happens, Rui Feng becomes a famous writer, and Qian Cheng also gets well. In the next scene, Jin's treatment is complete, and she is completely well, after which she marries Baiju. And with this, the drama has a happy ending.